Hey guys, Mr. B XRP here, and welcome back. Today is March 11th of 2020, and so much going on in the world right now. I have been spending the last couple of days just keeping an eye on the current events, and everybody knows what I'm talking about between the economy and the other big current event, which is what we will refer to it as during this video, is the current event. Because as everyone knows, or if you don't know, if you mention the name of the current event, YouTube will flag the video. So we shall just refer to it as the current event. So anyway, everyone welcome. Let's go through some of the things that I thought you guys might find interesting today. Quickly, we go through the market. Market cap is 223 billion. Bitcoin's at 78.64. Ethereum's at 197. XRP is holding just below 21 cents. Obviously, it hasn't been an exciting time in the market. I have had some people ask me, what is this site that I show during my videos? And it is fiatleak.com for those who don't know it. It's a very interesting site. You should check it out, and you can look at a lot of different digital assets on it and see the movement. It's the movement of fiat into the digital asset, and also Tether. Okay, so it's only fiat and Tether that moves into the digital asset. So if that helps you understand what you're seeing, I did get clarification from the people at Fiat Leak that that's exactly what you're looking at. So if that's helpful. And moving on, so this came out from Sky News, and it was actually on March 9th, and everybody probably knows this by now, but Italy's in a complete lockdown over the current event, what happened right after that, the following day, was that, and this was from Mac Attack, and let me give some credit here, that was from Sky News, and this is from Mac Attack XRP. Mortgage payments were suspended across Italy amid the current event. So I think it was 60 million mortgages were suspended across Italy, which I can't even imagine what the economic effects this is going to have on them and the rest of the world. This has really been a crazy situation, and everybody obviously needs to keep their eyes on it and protect yourselves and do whatever you need to do. But the repercussions on the economy, I don't think anybody really realizes, the potential of what that's going to be. Having said that, though, and I'm trying to get some real-time information actually while I'm doing this video, so I'm waiting. I have two friends that have companies that their products are 100% of their products are imported from China. And I did get a message this morning that one of my friends, his supply chains are up to they're 75% back up to speed from China. So I thought that was interesting. That was a positive thing to hear. I don't know how that relates, though, to how things are going over there, in its totality. But I was encouraged that his business is 75% back online, which I thought was good news. But obviously this thing is just kind of starting out here in the United States. And just a couple more footnotes on it. My daughter went back to college after spring break on Monday, and they made an announcement that they wanted the professors to prepare to do virtual studying. So they may move to not having classes, and that's actually the University of Florida. And then last night, while I was having dinner with my wife and my younger daughter, her high school called to confirm whether or not, and it was a robocall, and you had to press 1. Here it goes. You ready? Press 1 if your child has a computer that they can use at home. So I think that the high school is thinking about closing down, and maybe they just want to see things kind of blow over a little bit. I did see some experts on TV last night saying they need to flatten out the cases. So anyway, I don't want to go too heavily into it, but I didn't do a video yesterday because honestly, this is the biggest topic out there, and I don't want to just come out here and talk about digital assets and ignore what's going on in the world. So if I went a little bit too heavy on it, I apologize, but I think it's kind of, all of these current events are intertwined and important to understand how they affect our economy and what each of us think about it. So anyway, I just want to share that with you. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but we'll keep moving on. This was from Kevin Cage, and he said, if you think XRP will hit $10, 3 digits, or 4 digits, I don't really think it matters if you buy it 15 cents or 20 cents. I'm here for one thing, and ROI, take profit. So I agree with Kevin Cage. I have never in the 2.5 years I've been accumulating XRP, right or wrong, I have never necessarily waited for a price dip. I buy when I have the money, because I do believe in a higher value, and I don't think pennies are going to make a big difference. And I know the traders out there are all getting triggered right now, and trigger away. I really don't care, but I agree with Kevin Cage on that one big time. Hey, this came out from Brian Armstrong, and I thought it was kind of funny. Surprised we're seeing the Bitcoin price fall in this environment. Would have expected the opposite. So obviously Brian Armstrong is the CEO of Coinbase, and look, Coinbase is many people don't like them as an entity, but as a platform, I think they're exceptional. They do a good job. But Brian Armstrong is an obvious Bitcoin maximalist kind of a guy, and I think he's coming to realize that his precious Bitcoin, might not be what he thinks it is. And I think we're going to see more and more as time goes on. A lot of these people are going to realize that, and start to open their eyes a little bit to the fact that Bitcoin is not going to overthrow governments and become the new currency of the planet. Don't see it, not going to happen. Hey, I had posted this yesterday. I did hashtag bring Nostro home. So for those of you who've been here a while or know, Nostro is the Nostro accounts is the money that banks have to have in other countries in order to send money to those countries. So for instance, I believe it was said that MoneyGram has Nostro accounts in 180 different countries, right? So one of the things about using XRP that is fantastic for the financial institutions is they get to bring all of their Nostro money home, because there's no need for them to have pre-funded accounts. Now, we have heard these Nostro accounts are as high as 27 trillion. We have heard they're 20 trillion. We've heard they're 17 trillion. We've heard they're 15 trillion. We've heard all the way down to their 5 trillion. I don't know what they are. I mean, the numbers I hear are anywhere between 5 trillion and 27 trillion. I don't know what the number is. It's so confusing. But the point is, with the economic situation the way it is right now, I can't think of a better time that financial institutions may need to bring their Nostro money home. So I think this economic situation could be a major motivator for XRP to take flight, and banks to be able to take their Nostro money home, because they may need it to survive. If the economy continues along the lines where it's going, they may need the money. So anyway, I want to bring that up. I want to share it with you. This is a video. This was another thing I posted yesterday. This gentleman at ENTREP Nomad, and he's the entrepreneur Nomad on Twitter. I suggest you follow him. He was nice enough. In one of my videos, I talked about what it meant to build on the XRP Ledger. I wanted to get a better understanding of it. He went ahead and made a 4-minute video on building on the XRP Ledger. I would encourage everybody to follow him on Twitter, and then that'll take you to his YouTube channel. I'll just play a little bit of it right now. I want to thank him for taking the time to make it. I think it's a nice little explanation of what it might mean, of what it means to build on the XRP Ledger, or at least what he believes it means to build on the XRP Ledger. But I have no reason to believe that he's incorrect, and I think he did a fantastic job, and I want to thank him for it. So I'm going to give you just a little bit of it.
So imagine the XRP Ledger is a highway, and the XRP Ledger can have unlimited lanes on this XRPL highway. This means that the number of lanes on the highway can go on to infinity. So using the highway as an example, one car is going to equal one coin. Therefore, if you have 3 XRP coins, you have 3 XRP cars in lane 1. Lane 1 of the highway is for XRP cars only, and XRP is in lane 1 because it was the first digital asset on the ledger. Other digital asset projects can then take other lanes next to lane 1. For example, a company called Sologenic is currently building on the XRP Ledger with their Solo coin. In this case, Sologenic will place their Solo cars in lane 2, and then any other company after that will place their cars in lane 3, and so on and so on. So it's important to note that all the cars always stay on the highway. So therefore, all the XRP coins that have ever been created will always stay on the XRP Ledger. And since the coins never leave the XRP ledger, when you send your coins somewhere like an exchange or another wallet, all you're doing is sending the keys to the car to that location.
So I'm going to stop it there. I recommend everybody goes and watches it. And one of the other points that he made in the video was he had made a statement that when that Sologenic project moves on the XRP ledger, that it does not use XRP. So one of the misconceptions out there is that if these projects build on the XRP ledger, they're going to use XRP, and that does not seem to be the case. They're just using one of the lanes of the highway. So anyway, don't want to go too big into that. I know that a lot of people were interested in learning more about that. I received it in my comments section, and I did want to share that with you. And I would just ask you to go ahead and watch this video. I think it's worth watching. The last thing I wanted to say before I wrap things up is, look, this is a PSA I posted yesterday, and let me just read it to you. Don't get overwhelmed by the negative news and stay concentrated on your own personal economy. Try to think ahead on how the current economic situation may affect your income, business, and start working on solutions now. Get prepared, make a plan. So my point is this, look, when there are weeds in the garden, we have to admit there are weeds in the garden, okay? Because this gentleman had responded, I agree. However, you reported the news and layoffs happening in your circles in your video yesterday. This only adds to the fear, in my opinion. Well, Mark B., I appreciate your statement, and I understand where you're coming from, but the point is, even though I'm an optimist, doesn't mean I can't admit there's weeds in the garden, okay? So the economic condition that's going on, the current event that's going on, is like weeds in our garden. My point is we need to acknowledge them, and then we need to make plans, okay? My point is, don't stand, if you stand in the middle of the road, my grandfather used to tell me this, he was a old little Sicilian guy, and he used to tell me, if you stand in the middle of the road, you're going to get run over, okay? So make a plan, have a plan for your business. I think a lot of people are going to see, going to see some changes, and they may have to be working from home, and a lot of things may happen. So my point is just make a plan, be prepared, okay, and keep positive. You have to keep positive, and you got to keep moving forward. So that was my whole point of that. This was from the Billionaire Lifestyle, and he said, you will never get the life you want by playing it safe, and I agree with that, and absolute 100%. I'm going to give him a follow, and that's it for today, guys. So I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a podiatrist, and I'm not a crypto expert. These are my opinions only. Don't make any financial decisions based on anything I say. This video is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Please like and subscribe, and love it that everyone is subscribing. Thank you so much. And hit the notifications button and share with anybody who you think might do the same. And I hope everybody has a fantastic day. And thank you very much. Bye.